Hey guys, this might be a long one. So if you got something better to do, I won't blame you if you hit the bricks. Alright? But this is from the Our Polyamory board, and this is a post entitled, I heard my girlfriend having sex with her other boyfriend, and I feel so down. Advice on how to process that. Yes, triple gainer off roof. Let's read this crap. Hey Reddit, long vent here. I'll put a TLD, whatever, who cares? Let's just get to the context. We've been poly for 3 years, and she has been such a support to me. She's careful about my feelings. Always asks me if I'm okay with things. It's like having like a 3-year-old. And is super communicative. I always feel listened to, and I try to be as good to her as she has been to me. This made me feel secure. So secure that my fear of abandonment, alright, not a 3-year-old, a puppy, became little more than a whisper in the wind. A whisper in the wind. I'm sorry, I'm probably having too much fun with this. My girlfriend has 3 partners. Me, oh, what a lucky feller. S, 36-year-old male, and Y, 25-year-old male, which is in the title. We moved together in 2018. Now, home has always been a sanctuary. No other partner comes in or out without our renewed and expressed consent. It's their sanctuary, guys. You gotta respect that. During the quarantine, she started talking to Y, and he was so caring for her. I mean, they couldn't see each other, so he dropped her flowers that he picked a bit further from the house. Because he knows I need time to accept him into my surroundings. Hey, I gotta get in good with this guy if I want to pound his bitch. Hey, it's all about mutual respect. I gotta respect this guy if I want to give his bitch the cream shot. Oh, this is the good shit, man. This guy is golden, and he has acted as an incredible support. This guy needs so much support. He even paid for the vet bills of my dog. She's been with me since I was 16 and has cancer now, and I don't get paid much. Hey, can I pound your bitch, dude? I'll pay your vet bills. Well, okay. My girlfriend is sick. She has endometriosis, plus has other diseases, which causes her to faint often. But for the life of me, I can't remember the name. It's not that important. She's probably making it up anyway. And she's been feeling super stressed out these last few weeks. I helped as I could, but I have my limits too. He needs his Nintendo Switch time. She has to understand that. And she accepted that. Yeah, she's that great. She's great. She takes it to the cheeks. Well, you're not looking, but she's great. So he's a genuinely caring guy. He lives with roommates who don't want other people to come to their place until confinement has been completely lifted. We're in Belgium. Oh, that explains so much. And I understand that. So girlfriend and Y began to see each other in the park near our house. One day it was raining and they didn't find a place to continue their date with a certain degree of privacy. I could see that she felt so bummed about this. So I asked myself if I would mind that they used our basement, which is pretty large, about 320 square feet. I felt it was okay and asked her if she wanted to continue their date in the basement. I just asked them to be quiet because I wasn't prepared to hear them interacting. I mean, my sense of privacy is very important. And I could live with the fact that they were seeing each other downstairs. I just needed the possibility to forget about it. Well, if this polyamory thing is so great, why is this guy trying his best to forget about everything? If it was so great, he'd be like, hey man, I want to remember all this shit. I'm a very detracted person, and they did. I just asked that they don't have sex there. And they have continued to this day. We're very quiet. I couldn't even hear them when I went to sleep. They whispered all the time. They've been seeing each other for a little more than a month. He bought her a wheelchair. They're all mutants. They're all fucking mutants because she expressed the desire to have one. Now she's going to be wheeling around the house annoying everybody. I hope he gets her like a real squeaky wheelchair just to drive that wiener fucking nuts. Just her squeaking around while he's trying to alphabetize his Funko Pops. She faints less often when she sits. I mean, I like the dude. I even bought him beers that I put in the fridge so that when I gave them to girlfriend for their date, they were fresh and ready to drink. You bought the dude who's pounding your bitch beers? That's just weird, dude. That's weird. Alright, guys. Now we're moving on to the events. A few days ago, girlfriend was preparing to see S for a few weeks, who lives several hundred kilometers away. Y wanted to say goodbye, and they asked if they could use the basement to say goodbye. I told her they could, and jokingly told her to take condoms with her. Why would you do this? This guy, he's asking for it. He's asking for it. She paused and asked me if I was serious, which I was. She giggled, told me I was fantastic, and I just told her I'd put on my headset and watch a movie. He's gonna watch one of those Lego movies. Or whatever the fuck. Some kind of baby movie. Side note, I have problems with my sexuality. My girlfriend was raped at the start of our relationship, and having rape roleplay fantasies, I became disgusted with myself. So I just shut down my sexual self. It happened at the same time that she didn't want any sexuality anymore, so it worked. This is written weird. I just focused on being helpful, respecting her need for space and privacy, and cooking her meals so that she stays healthy. Here's your hot pocket, lady. Hey, you can go fuck anybody you want. Enjoy your hot pocket. I also listened to her and made sure she regularly saw a psychiatrist. You notice all these polyamory weirdos go to a psychiatrist? Every single one, or some kind of therapy. Even though we don't have a lot of money. Coming back to that dark side of my sexuality, I don't want to face it. I don't feel prepared to. Every time I tried to have sex with her or other sexual partners, I felt so... What is that? Profoundly? I don't know. One day I even had a severe panic attack. He porks his bitch and just starts wheezing in the corner. No wonder she's looking out for the neighbors. Anyways, we're very cuddly, and I'm happy with that. I feel loved, and that's our form of intimacy. She gets her fill somewhere else. That should be the tagline of this whole forum. She gets her fill somewhere else. And I'm glad she doesn't have to just set off her sexuality. I'm not into cuckolding. You're not. As a side note, I just wanted them to be able to say goodbye because they're into their NRE and are very connected. And that was their only way to see each other. Alright guys, here's what we've been waiting for, okay? Here's where the fuck up happened. I forgot that they were downstairs having sales. I know. How could you forget? Well, I sometimes forget my mother's name or get caught up in my thoughts. Coming back to the story, I felt hungry, paused the movie, and went to get a chocolate bar. I usually let the door to the garden open because we have 2 cats and 2 dogs, and they need to go in and out of the garden. The basement has vents connected to the garden, so we can somewhat hear what's going on downstairs. Yeah, I know. What do you think this little guy heard? I heard her moaning, and I also distinctly heard the sound of him pounding into her. Little guy in his cartoon sweater out in his backyard. And this bitch getting pounded. This never stops being funny. I don't care. If you don't think this shit's funny, you don't have a soul. I went under the shower, sat down, and just waited under the hot water. Like a fucking rape victim. I felt like my privacy shattered. Like both our privacies were connected. I felt as fucking grossed out as the time I saw my parents having sex in the living room late at night. We had a talk when she came back. I told her I felt disturbed, hurt, a little bit angry. I said I needed time, that I loved her, and our relationship was not at risk. Hey, I'm not gonna leave you, but I don't like the sound of you getting pounded. It gets better. The problem is that all this triggered a reflection on what the fuck does it mean to be a man? You can't figure it out, little guy. Don't even try. Your head will catch on fire. I mean, I'm into cuddly stuff. Very manly. And my abandonment fear keeps whispering that I'm so sexually disappointed to her that she has to get her fill somewhere else. Well, that's what happened. Which means I'm just a sad, weak boy who she only stays with because she feels guilty. Now you're getting it. She don't feel guilty. She's just probably maybe using you for your place. Plus, all her other partners are muscle machines. And I'm just a regular guy who works out twice a week. And I know you'll get a chuckle out of this, and I don't blame you. All right, guys. Here we go. I want everyone to close their eyes and visualize what he's saying. But I can still hear these ass claps. He heard his bitch's ass claps from the basement. I can still hear these ass claps. I could still hear the ass claps would be a great movie. About a little fella who goes crazy. And he just keeps yelling, ass claps. I just feel like a loser now. Now you feel like a loser? She's been messaging me and calling me to make sure I have all I need and keep telling me that she loves me very much. But the ass claps. I could still hear the ass claps. Honestly, it helps. But I somehow feel like it's her pity speaking. Well, that could be my low self-esteem talking. Can anyone help me? Yes, run away. Just keep running until you hit the ocean and then run some more. Offer insight, advice on how to surpass what has befallen me. I have another partner, 20 female, but she's burnt out and depressive at the moment. She doesn't even like the guy, so she barely has any energy herself. I prefer to make sure she's okay and be helpful to her because my problems feel minor. Minor? You just heard your bitch getting railed in the basement. That's a little more than minor. That's pretty major if you ask me, but what do I know? I'm seeking a psychologist, but he just tells me now is the time to decide who I want to be as a man. Hey, do you want to be a cocksucker? Do you want to be a not cocksucker? Those are your two options. And to look for role models to build myself on. Regarding my sexuality, he said I must not blame myself because I am not a rapist. But that's so hard to do. I am the rapist. Even though everyone's raping my bitch, I'm the rapist. I keep suspecting myself. All right. What an adventure, guys. I hope we all learned something. I know this was a long one, but I thought the ass claps was the punchline. Hey, if you put ass claps in your Reddit post, I'm there. All right, guys. I'll see you later or some shit. Brr, brr.